Wait a minute, this isn't CTR. What's going on? Well... I need to focus on other things. I think right now, mentally, I'm kind of in a bad spot with CTR. And Mario's been a good distraction from that because it uses a pretty different skill set in order to, like, actually go fast and do stuff. I have fun playing this game. This has kind of always been one of my go-to kart racers because of course it is. Like, I fucking love kart racers. Why wouldn't I love Mario Kart? 8 Deluxe is definitely the one that I actually feel like putting some effort into, though. And I already have. I know the tryhard builds. I've been studying up on the tech. I am not the best, but, you know, who's gonna be when they're just starting out on the time trial scene? So right now I'm kind of working on Sunshine Airport because I was recommended this as, like, being a fairly, like a fairly beginner-friendly, time trial course. And I have to agree. It's a course that I think I've been taking to pretty well. And I think this is a good start, but I can do better. I already know from the attempts that I was doing the last time I was playing this that I can get under 205 and probably under 204. The world record is well outside my grasp. I'm not even going to even think about it, but I want to see if I can get like a 204, maybe a 203. So that's the goal for now, and if I feel like I can improve it further from there, we'll see. Who knows? Video games. I'm actually just realizing. I don't have the add timer on this source. Here, let's just go into this one. You can go away because here, and that should be fine. Anyway, Mario. I know my end of lap line can be cleaned up here. And I missed a couple of trick boosts in my PB. So let's see if I can get them. As soon as I remember how to control this game. And to get the muscle memory back from the attempts that I was doing the other day. Anyone coming in who, like, has seen my other time trial stuff before, you know I'm not going to do anything other than reset a whole bunch. I wonder what track I'm going to tackle after this, too. Something I really appreciate about how this game feels compared to CTR. CTR, it kind of feels like you're firing on all cylinders at all times. A couple of the tracks in this game just kind of feel like they have brakes built into them, which is kind of nice. I don't really know. Like, just less intense stuff to keep in mind, because you're not doing like a 3-plate juggling act for the entire course. Easy fast glider. I let go of that too early. It's too late. Oh, thanks for the luck, MKMF. I ain't working toward much, just a PB that I feel like I can be proud of. Mostly want to master my current strats and see if I can't do better elsewhere. The line ended up being a bit worse. And missed the super mini turbo there. How long? I've only been, I'll be perfectly honest, casual time trials I've done, like, for a while on and off. But, like, this is my first time, like, trying to, like, actually compete for, like, a good time. Like, among, like, good for a time trialer standard. Before I was basically just trying to beat staff ghosts with casual strats. So, in total, I have put in about an hour into this track so far, and I've come out with almost a sub 205. I think the fact that I'm familiar with time trialing another game is helping me adapt, and the fact that I've already played this game casually a ton. I'm already pretty good at it. I wouldn't even call myself to be particularly great at the game. I'm just, like, okay. I'm better than most casual players. But I wouldn't presume to be, like, much better than, like, I don't know. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. Trying to thread the needle for that drift off of the ramp is definitely difficult for me. Ooh, I took that way bad. Way too tight. Yeah, legitimately, this game is, like, way more chill in terms of, like, actually, like, performing all the tech. Because a lot of it's situational. There isn't, like, any sort of, like, hand-destroying tech that exists across, like, every course in the game. It's more about, like, timing and taking your lines well. No spam hopping forever on every course, yeah. You do hop a lot in this game, but mostly for alignment purposes rather than trying to do anything fancy like maintain speed from a downhill. Which, I've noticed, this game doesn't have a lot of. You don't go downhill very much in this game, like, when you could just jump down. I'm taking that way too tight. That was way too early, and that line was gonna be ass. Jeez. I can see the mistakes that I make very easily in this game. And because there's no mechanic like speed ghosts, it's like, what speed I get is basically completely up to me and my own skill. Why am I mushrooming that early? Hey, Turret, thanks for the luck. I'm always worried about the advent of a new Mario Kart game because there's almost always something strange that people find early on. Missed the coins entirely. That was kind of a bad line. Now, if there's one thing that is going to get grating on me in this game, to my knowledge, there is no way to turn off the music. The soundtrack is great, But listening to the same course theme over and over again gets grating. Especially since online, this is like one of the most popular tracks in the game. So I hear this a lot already. Now, on top of that, I'm going to be listening to it a lot. To my knowledge, no, there is no way to turn it off. Like, this is a music player. This isn't, There's, like, here's your stats. You have your Mii suits, Mario Kart TV. There's this, which is, I think, the manual. Labo, and the booster course pass. There's no settings. Now, I will put Nintendo on blast for this any day of the week. The fact that I get it. The way that they design accessibility in their games is to make things as accessible as possible on a gameplay level. However, bespoke settings, like for audio, are very important, and the fact that this game, that was released in 2017 and was getting active updates up through last year, doesn't have any settings, is kind of not good. Mushroom way too early there. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Mario Kart and just not having any settings anywhere. Aside from a couple of driving ones that are, like, kind of half-baked. Like, would I like a setting to turn off vibration? Yes. Vibration isn't very intense, but, like, you know, it's still there. It's kind of distracting sometimes. I bonked. Don't get me started on Pokemon settings, by the way. Those have been, like... Some of them have been good, but for the most of the series, it's been pretty good. Other ones, some of the more recent additions to that settings menu are kind of half-baked and don't really work as well as they advertise that they do. Also, some of those settings have just straight up been removed for some inexplicable reason. Why are set battles completely gone now? I don't know. That's my preferred way of playing the game because Switch is easy mode, and that's kind of how it's default. Did you know that set battles, like, is the difficulty selector for the game, by the way? It's been in there since the start. In the grand scheme of things, set battles, like, don't actually, like, influence the difficulty by that much. Why'd I do that? Like, one of the first things that I always like to do whenever I'm playing a video game is go into the settings menu and make sure that, like, things are reasonable. And, like, that's especially true on PC, but, like, console games have really, really been slow about that. The fact that we still exist in current year and we still can't remap individual binds on controllers is absolutely goddamn stupid. The fact that it's only possible in a system-wide level and not possible on a per-game level is, like, on the Switch is absurd. That needs to change. Like, that is one thing that I hope is going to be a standard for the Switch too, but I'm not holding my breath for it. It should have been standard, like, back in the fucking, in the last console generation. Like, that should have been the standard by the PS4 era. Like, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, those consoles should have all had every single game has to be able to allow you to rebind every one of your controls. That's just basic accessibility 101, but consoles have been failing that forever. Especially with how complicated and how many buttons each controller has. This stuff doesn't hurt anyone by existing. It just... It's not worth it, as I understand it, to grab that coin. You want to take the tighter line around the turn, because we'll get a 10th coin at the start of lap 2, ideally. I was taking the wider line for the turn before, but I have found that, like, taking the tighter line overall is saving me time. By the end of lap 1, we should have 9 coins, and then we collect the 10th, like, at the start of lap 2. You've grinded the older ones? I assume stuff like Wii, because, like, a lot of people grinded Wii. Wii and 64 are, like, the two that I know people grind a ton. 64, yeah. And some Double Dash, nice. I wish I could get behind Mario Kart 64 at times. But I have very quickly found out that I am absolutely not built for it. The carts do not control intuitively to me. They feel slippery. There's also kind of my problem with Super Circuit, but I weirdly find Super Circuit more controllable. But that's probably because that was actually my first Mario Kart. It's me. I am the Super Circuit enjoyer in this chat. I did not know that that was possible. Top level, it's mostly just a festival of how fast you can empty to squeeze out every millisecond. Yeah. It's a highly optimized game. Highly optimized and, like, kind of murder on you because of the way the mini turbos work. Do you hold any top times? I don't really know much about the scene. Like, even, like, close. Not even, like, records. 9th overall? Nice. Dealing with controller issues, so not playing much? Yeah, fair. These sorts of games, a good controller is, like, ideal. Small part of me that's starting to miss playing Splatoon. But, like, I know that it's going to be, bad idea if I just hop back onto it. You know, specific controller that has a slightly loose stick, but not too tight either. If you've watched any of my skipless speedruns, you might notice that, like, all of my splits are named after Splatoon songs. Splatoon is, like, one of my favorite things that Nintendo has put out, like, in recent memory. And I did play the game competitively for a time, but, oh boy, it was not good for my brain, turns out. I am the type of person that, like, gets tunneled in on... I'm not very good at working well in a team. Like, that's just kind of the reality of it. I can, if I focus my role around it, but if I'm playing a weapon that needs to be supported rather than support, then as its primary job, then I start forgetting that I do still have to help my teammates out with supporting in various ways as well. I've also had, like, a bad history of, like, just not listening to call-outs that are important for me to listen to. I just kind of got hard stuck in the game, and my mentality is kind of entirely for it. I just don't have a healthy mentality for competitive Splatoon. And if you're not playing competitive, at the level I'm at, there's not really much more point to playing the game. Just nothing else to do. Get that coin later, it's fine. I just kind of want to get a round started, you know? You know, if I miss those coins, though, that's kind of, like, bad. I have seen a whole lot of content in regards to Mario Kart 64 speedruns. Wow, holy shit. The speedrunner has watched Summoning Salt sometime in the last decade. But, like, I know a couple of things about Mario Kart 64 based on those videos, but, like, I haven't looked into it too much deeper than that. Because 64 is part of the area of Mario Kart games that I cannot physically play because of the way the drift system works. Also goes back to why I like Super Circuit the most out of most classic Mario Karts. Like, I can't really play DS to a good level because the way that you have to do mini turbos is really hard on my hands. And yeah, CTR is about the limit as to what I can expect, what I can do with my hands. And even there, I'm pretty limited. I started running 64 at a young age, yeah. That always helps. If you're, like, in on the game for, like, much of your life, then it's easier to stick with it later on. Easier to adapt to the higher level strategies. Yeah, like, Crash Team Racing was a childhood game of mine, but I didn't really start learning the advanced tech until about, like, a little over a year ago at this point. Like, yeah, about a year ago. Like, casually, I was already really experienced with the game, so it wasn't too bad. I know compared to, like, quite a few speedrunning and competitive scenes in general, I'm quite old. Been here at 30. But I love video games, and I have something to prove. Yeah. I know I sound younger. I've always kind of given off that energy that I seem a lot younger than I actually am. A good way to put it is really just my spirit's not been broken by the reality of society. I'm not gonna get into that whole thing, but you know, if you know, you know. I spent my 20s pretty miserable. Not really doing a whole lot. wasn't really until a few years ago when I started transitioning where I was, like, actually able to, like, feel the joy of life and feel like I could actually put my mind to something and succeed. Which, yeah, that's a kind of depressing way to put it, but it's also what I experienced, so... Here I am, starting my journey in my 30s, essentially, as a competitive player. If anything, I just kind of want to prove to myself that I'm still capable of doing some pretty impressive things, despite the fact that I am past my prime as a player. I don't have the time to go for ridiculous grinds or, like, do things that would be, like, bad for my body, but, like, would be able to achieve a result. Like, I'm wise. I'm using my experience and wisdom and my just more tempered mindset after having grown a whole lot as a person in order to succeed. Because mechanically, I know I'm going to get beaten out by pretty much anyone, even if I do reach top level. Why I approach things by thinking rather than just don't committing to a hardcore grind. Some amount of grinding does need to happen. Like, you don't get anywhere without practice. The phrase work smarter, not harder has been a thing for a long time now for a reason. Mm-hmm. There's a limit to how much you can do with just straight grinding. You can break through and do things, like... But you need to, like, do things with purpose. If you just keep throwing yourself at a wall expecting it to break at some point, it's not going to help. What helps me a lot is just get experience, practice and optimize, and if you hit a wall, stop playing, review your footage, or watch other people play that are better than you, and try to take notes. I became like a nearly top level, I wouldn't say top level, a high level CTR player within a year because of the fact that I constantly was borrowing off of the knowledge and resources that other people left behind before. There's no point in doing the work that other people have already done. And that's a lesson that I know internally. But I've never been good about following it in practice. That was my other Achilles heel, as you were. Or like, I'll learn something from that review, and then I'll struggle to implement it for one reason or another. I fall into the trap of just trying to keep flinging myself at a problem until it works. Because, like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I have trouble executing on it for some reason. I make mistakes a lot. And I think that's, like, my biggest problem, is consistency. At times. It's not even, like, strictly the consistency that's the problem. It's the fact that I keep letting myself get trapped in these bad mindsets. And I have to be more aware of them. I need to be better about managing that mentality. The mental game is, like, about as important as the physical one when playing games like these. Taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally, both of those things are really important. If you're in a dark place, you're not going to feel particularly like you're going to get anywhere. That outside frustration can bleed into your performance, and it always sucks when it does. Ends up compounding things. I think maybe one day I can return to Splatoon having mastered a better mentality. I'm taking a hiatus from CTR just for, like, similar reasons. I've kind of had some rough stuff happening with me in real life for a while now, so I've just kind of been wanting to focus my efforts on another game where I'm not, like, trying to break a world record or something, you know? I want to break the Sewer Excel world record, like, really badly. But I'm not going to do it, if I'm not in a good mentality to do it. If I'm not there physically, if I'm not there mentally, what's going to happen is I'm going to keep throwing myself at it, I'm going to get frustrated, and it's going to damage everything. Yeah. Things are steadily getting better, but there's still quite a few uncertainties in the future for me. There's a non-zero chance I end up moving sometime this year. And I'd have to readjust to a new environment and all that stuff. Oh, it's way too far to the left. I have definitely felt as if this game is definitely a monster in terms of lap 1. Lap 1 definitely feels like the hardest lap, just because of the fact that you also have to keep your coin route in mind. Because you want to get to 10 coins as fast as possible. Hey, we might actually have a run that might live. That's just the glider section that's going to make or break it. You know, we almost did. We actually had, like, probably the best lap 1 that we've had so far. But then he bonked a box. But that's progress. It's definitely showing me that my current strats can get me over the line. That's not a thing, Tear. Little goofy goober. That's much better. And 10th coin. Then I fucked that up. This is progress, though. We're actually getting out of lap 1. I have bad muscle memory from all the CTR. If I just hop enough, I can correct my line, right? I need to hop very strategically in this game. That line would have been good for lap 2, but oops. I'm not on lap 2, am I? Oh, god damn. Oh, that was... The box placement there was really bad for me. Well, that line didn't work. We're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. You know what, actually, I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm going to go get some more water and stretch a bit. See you in a bit. Alrighty. Back to adventure. Good start. One thing that I've actually been really appreciating about MK8 Deluxe, by the way, is the fact that documentation for this game is kind of nice. There are video tutorials for basically anything you can think of in regards to improving this game. It's why I kind of know how any of these strats work. Why I've been able to get this time already. Game sound being tied to console/monitor sound is a choice. So in lieu of having game-specific settings, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just borrows from the Switch itself. And whatever level your monitor is at. Is that how am I understanding that correctly? I don't know. I am very stupid. Correct, okay. Snow's really coming down. As I understand it, we're getting like quite a bit of snow here in my area. I wouldn't be surprised if my stream drops as a result of that, but so far I haven't dropped any frames. So maybe I'll be fine. I hope I'll be fine. That'd be ideal, you know? I'm so glad Peachette is like one of the valid characters for this try-hard combo, by the way. I know, like, everyone ends up playing the Yoshis. But come on. Peachette. She's so cute. Look at her. Also, with the Azure rollers and Peachette's general color scheme, I feel like I'm getting close enough to trans colors. I'll say it, Peachette is a certified trans icon. Not a good line. I will say, the more I time trial this track, the more I'm actually starting to learn how to enjoy it. I used to be very, like, I don't know, Sunshine Airport's a fine track, but, like, I kind of found it overrated for a while. But I think time trialing it, I'm kind of starting to get it. I was like, it kind of feels nice to drive, but like the aesthetic doesn't really speak to me that much. It's cool. I'm just playing through a airport terminal / runway. It's neat. Spectacle of it is cool. But I've always been more impressed with some of the other tracks in the game. Peach is cute, still haven't found a good build for her. I mean, if you're really gonna try hard, the one that I'm running right now is literally the best one in the game. If you're just trying to fashion yourself, well, yeah, you've got options. Also, yeah, bikes, that's completely fair. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that I was good at inside drift because I really liked the way it felt in Mario Kart Wii. I wasn't part of the mob of Funky Bike Wii because I didn't try hard that game all that much, but I did gravitate toward the sport bike, I'm pretty sure. But inside drift is doesn't feel the same in this game, and I don't particularly like it, even though, again, aesthetically, I love it. I'd probably just be playing, like, I don't know, Peach on the sport bike, if it was any good, but it's not. It just isn't. The vibes of someone who would use bikes, yeah. If I had more than enough money for it and the time to get a motorcycle license, I would absolutely, like, get a motorcycle and, like, a cool biking leather suit or something like that. That'd be ideal for me. I love that aesthetic so much. I just think motorcycles are cool. If I ever wanted to get a motor vehicle again, I would just want to get a motorcycle. Motorcycle aesthetic works well, futuristic setting, and yeah, it lines up with me. Put me in any sort of futuristic setting and my character will absolutely be riding a bike of some sort. Let's just get this run off the ground, even though I don't. Well, then I ruined my line, but you know. Nobody's perfect. Also, hi, Storm. I almost forgot to say hi to you. Oops. This doesn't insta-quit. It does give you a confirmation window. No trick! Come on. You know, I'm not gonna lie. If this was the end game for for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'm glad it was this and not Waluigi Wiggler. The fact that we have so much variety in characters, because like all the Birdos, all the Yoshis, Peach and Daisy are all viable. And like, there are all builds that come close to them as well. It makes me happy that, like, at least competitively, you can kind of do what you want. Although this is technically the most optimal build. Might switch gears after I get this PB. Either to another track or to just online races. I don't know. I feel like I could be in the mood for both. I don't know what track I would want to move on to after this one. Right now, I just kind of want the sub 205. Because I know it's there. My PB missed a trick boost, missed 2 trick boosts and got Orange Mini Turbo, and missed Orange Mini Turbo on one of the laps after the mushroom shortcut. This is 150. I don't have it in me to play 200cc. $200's a bit too intense for me. In terms of races, like, I'm actually, like, perfectly okay playing 200 every now and again. Because it happens to also align with my playstyle. You can see from my attempts that I have, like, at least a pretty good base level of understanding of how to go fast in this game. But I'm trying to optimize here, so hence why I'm still being very heavy with the resets, and in, like, almost an hour and a half so far of attempts, I haven't actually finished a run yet. But I don't like to finish runs unless I know they're gonna PB. I end up being a menace to society a lot of times when I am invited into casual Mario Kart. Growing up, it was always like that. We'd have a Mario Kart night, and I would just be the best one out of everyone there. It wasn't close. This is part of the reason why I always had the opinion, compared to a lot of more casual views on the game, that, like, Mario Kart is actually very skill testing, and it always has been. Like, if I'm consistently getting first place, then no, you can't really just say that I've been getting lucky. I've got to be doing something right that you ain't. It's just kind of been the story. With a lot of... I feel like growing up, that's always kind of the story. When you play multiplayer games, you realize you kind of win a lot of the time, and then you wonder how far you can push it. And like in my case, it's like, I understand how to take good racing lines and maintain top speed. That's all I'm doing. That's all I've ever done. I got him. I started thinking too hard about that turn. Never interested in tournaments growing up. Didn't start doing those till 2020. I mean, kind of same. I didn't actually enter any competitions. I just, like, whenever it was time to play Mario Kart with friends, I was just the one who was winning most of the time. Similar phenomenon happened with me in Smash 2. But, like, you put me in a tournament scene and all of a sudden, like, you know, I'm surrounded by other people who are like that. So I'm not special in that regard. Bonk. Didn't get into Smash until 4. I started with Melee and didn't learn any of the advanced tech for Melee, so I could never really truly say that I was ever in with the competitive Melee crowd. Nor do I feel like I want to be at this point. Melee is one of those hand destroyers that I could never really get into. I've asked people before, like, hey, if I wanted to get into Melee but kind of have hand issues, what should I do about that? And 99% of the time, people are just telling me play Puff. But, like, Puff isn't really one of those characters that I, like, find particularly fun. So, I'm kind of SOL in that regard. Smash 4 is very floaty and also very defensively minded because shields are so good in that game. Shields, out of shield options. Having a good grab game is super important for that reason. As a Smash player, Smash 4 might have been one of my, like, weaker games. Because I don't think I even settled on a main for 4. Granted, I've been in a main crisis for, like, ever in Ultimate as well. I hopped around. Started with... The only character that's actually been stable in my roster, like, since the beginning has been Inkling. Wow, the Splatoon player wants to play Inkling? Wild. Like, I've dabbled around with a whole bunch of characters, a lot of them low tiers. One of them used to be better, but, you know, Pichu got nerfed into the ground. But yeah, Pichu was part of my roster, Mewtwo. Messed around with, like, Pyramithra, Violet. Zelda, Bowser. I really tried to make a lot of the cast work for me, and, like, not all of them really felt like the perfect fit for me. Zelda's been close, and I think Inkling has been the only one that I can really say that I adore. Despite the fact that Inkling's got issues, like, you can't... There are not very many kill moves in Inkling's arsenal. And you do feel that sometimes. But you make up for that for being a beast in neutral. I'm going to reset over that because that's 2 coins at that point. Pac-Man Game & Watch. Yeah, you go for a lot of the unorthodox characters, and I do appreciate that. A lot of those characters I really haven't... Oh yeah, I did try to learn Corrin a little bit, but Corrin also felt a little bit too strange for me. One thing that I think always gets me with Smash Ultimate is just the fact that, like, there's quite a few characters that I am just always going to be bad at. Like, bad at fighting, specifically. Incineroar is kind of the top of my list. I am very bad at dealing with Incineroar's bullshit. I just generally also still fall for a lot of the tricks in the heavy character playbook. So I lose stocks to Ganon. It's like regardless of character, I feel like I just lose to Incineroar. Yeah, given the roster size, it's like sometimes as a player, you just kind of don't know how to deal with certain characters. And I really hope the roster size is pared back in the next Smash game, which is inevitably going to happen. We all know that they can't leave Smash alone. Like, that's just obvious. We are going to get a Smash game at some point for the Switch. But I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to launch. I think it's going to be at least a year out from whenever it launches. We're getting Mario Kart to start, so that's their big marquee multiplayer title that's going to be with the launch of the game. I 100% can call that right now, because look at how well that worked out for Mario Kart 8. Yeah, the Mario Kart bundle. That's just gonna get most people in on the Switch 2 early. Especially since we have not had a new Mario Kart game for over a decade. I need to remind people of that every now and again. That we are playing a 10-year-old game right now. This is honestly the thing that I'm most excited for Mario Kart 9. Just the prospect of being able to play on new tracks. New tracks, new roster, Pauline and base roster. Yeah, that's all good. I hope a lot more of the roster gets condensed. Put all the Koopalings in a single slot, like you do with all the Yoshi colors. Because you're allowed to put characters with different stats in those boxes. Look at the Inklings. Inkling boy and Inkling girl have different stats. Yeah, upping the racer count, I think, is dangerous. It could be manageable, but I feel like items are probably going to be the weakest they've ever been if it's going to be 24. Yeah, like, you can put Mario, Tanuki Mario, and Metal Mario with Gold Mario even if you really want. All in the same slot. Hey, here's something that would be really nice and hasn't been done before. Where the fuck is Goomba? Why hasn't a Goomba been playable in Mario Kart? I feel like that's a pretty easy ask. We've had Koopa Troopa for a while. Yeah, legitimately, like, costumes are definitely a good thing, and I think that that would be really good. More alts for the characters would just be good. Also another avenue for people to monetize if they really wanted to. Though I would really wish that they would all be unlockable in-game. That probably might be something that you could use with coins, other than just vehicle parts. Goomba was playable in Tour? Yeah. I mean, I hardly count Tour because it's a gacha game, but... yeah, fair. Yeah, Goomba's never been playable. We've had Koopa and Paratroopa. Again, you could make those into the same box. We're gonna keep Rosalina around. We can put Luma in as another lightweight. And you get all the different Lumas that you can use as alt skins. That'd be cute. Hi, Outlaw. Hey, Galaxian. Thanks for the luck. It's the trick boost. Come on now. Yeah, speculating about Mario Kart 9. Just kind of doing these time trials as you do. These time trialing in this game feels way more chill, at least right now, since I'm not going for world records. I'm just kind of going for points. Oh, that was a good hit. And then I ruined it by just starting the drift way too early. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that too. Goomba was playable in Tour, but, like, I don't count that. I probably would have enjoyed Tour a lot more if it just played like, if it was just a real Mario Kart game. Right? I never get 3 coins on that coin grab. Usually I'm aiming for 2, and I end up picking up the last one on lap 2. But 3 is even better. Missed the fast glider. King Bob-omb and 8-bit DK? Sure. King Bob-omb I would be fine with. 8-bit DK, I'm like, that can be a funny skin, yeah, sure. I'd also be okay with more guest racers. The ones we got in 8 were cute. I liked them. I hope Inkling shows up again. We get both Inkling and Octoling, maybe. You have Kamek in 8, but yeah. That would be nice if Kamek did come back. I really wish, by the way, I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick. I would really love it if Kamek could one day just actually get differentiated from just normal-ass Magic Koopas. Yeah, we absolutely should get Kirby as a guest character. Like, why does Kamek look identical to every single other Magic Koopa? The only way that they've had to differentiate him is, like, having a different colored robe. Alright, well, I ended up grabbing that coin on the... grabbing an extra coin anyway, so... Oh, I missed that entirely, but that's fine. Box! VRoid remaster report. At this point, I don't want a remaster of VRoid. I would rather just have a follow-up that, like, expands upon it. Like, if you look... Like, if you look at Kirby VRoid, it is quite a bare-bones game. There is not a lot going on. There's a ton of replay value in City Trial, but the other modes are not. That one I really feel as if, like, I want another idea thrown in there to, like, spice things up before I see more activity from it. Bonk. Blame Paper Mario for Kamek Erasure. Eh. Kami Koopa is a much more interesting design. Kamek's been showing up a lot more, yeah. I am, like, so done with remasters, by the way, at this point. Like, I am happy that they happen, but also it's not what I want. I want new. I want, because I can always just go play the old thing. I didn't feel the need to finish the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake because I've finished it 8 billion times. I played that game to death in my childhood. And also, like, emulation is right there. These games are accessible. You just kind of need to know where to look. Remakes are valuable when they show their own identity. Yeah, true. It's why I kind of like the way Crash Insane trilogy went, because they obviously wear the skin of the original trilogy, but they feel different. They feel more unique with how everything's been brought up to polish. And then the fact that as speed games, they also developed quite differently. I went way too high there. Well, there's a couple of games that I'm just kind of not sure how to classify. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are, like, completely new games that are wearing the skin of Final Fantasy VII? Oh yeah, Rehydrated was absolutely a dud. Like, I don't actually... I understand that Remake is kind of, like, supposed to be a bit of a gotcha in terms of, like, oh, you thought this was just going to be, like, an HD remaster, remake sort of thing of FF7? Same story and everything? Nah, we've introduced a whole bunch of new shit. And that new shit kind of requires you to have played the original and be familiar with its story. Because then you can appreciate the turns, like the swerves that they decided to bake into this version. And it's deeply weird. Should have slid there. Oh, that was bad. It's not the kind of, like... It's not the kind of weird crap I'm talking about. You know what's the thing that I'm actually mad about the most in terms of Rehydrated? It's the fact that they didn't touch the soundtrack at all. It looks like Battle for Bikini Bottom, the original, but like with a weird fucking filter on it. I beat the game nearly to 100%. But like... I don't feel the need to play Rehydrated ever again. Felt like Uncanny Valley, yeah. How did the speedrun scene feel about it? Because, like, I imagine that a lot of them just basically took one look at it and was just kind of like, this is just worse. Small, but some people do dedicatedly run it. Yeah. Bonk. Last trick jump with the boxes seems tricky. Yeah. It's because I'm trying to cut the corner as tight as possible. Because the way I was doing it in my PB, takes it with bad line. Alright, this is gonna be my last attempt, and then I'm gonna do another break. Boxes, much like many other things in this game, operate on a global cycle. They're always in the same place every time on every lap. think I only got a super mini turbo there. Unlucky. Yeah, fuck that up. Oh well. Oh yeah, they added the Squidward Pasta multiplayer. The most pointless multiplayer mode I've seen in a remake. I don't think, like, anyone played it. Like, a couple people poked at it, but, like, that's it. Alright. I've got some other stuff to say regarding remasters. I want to talk about the Klonoa one after we get back from a break. So, I'll see you in a bit. Yo. So, talking about remakes that didn't really do a whole lot. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. I am beyond happy that it exists at all. A slightly more polished version of Klonoa 2 that has a couple of bells and whistles, but is ultimately exactly identical to the original games. Though the Klonoa one is a little bit weird about it. It's like kind of built off the back of Wii, I think, and then Klonoa 2 is kind of a bit more faithful. Now, hey, did you know this about me? I My first speed game was not Crash Team Racing, it was Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. I ran Klonoa 2 very briefly. Matter of fact, one of my channel emotes is from that time. I need to commission Sprinks for more emotes sometimes. But yeah, I ran that game. I ran the game without the assist mode. And I ran it on the easy difficulty because I thought that was interesting because of the fact that it gives you a slightly more range on the wind bullet, which I thought might be interesting, and it kind of is. Makes certain things a bit more forgiving. But ultimately, because of the fact that the way Klonoa 2 works, there's not a ton of tech for the game. At least there wasn't at the time I was running it. And because I joined in pretty early on, because, you know, of course, Klonoa 2 was a childhood game of mine. I 100%ed it casually very quickly, and then I was like, I want to try speedrunning this. So what ends up happening? I got a world record. I got a very early world record in that category. It was the any percent category, easy difficulty with no assist mode. It has since fallen to 4th place, but also that game is super inactive. Klonoa is already a very niche series to begin with, despite my love for it. That world record only stood for like a week, by the way. It's not like it was a particularly long-standing one. It had mistakes. I could have improved it, but I didn't find the game particularly engaging because there wasn't really a whole lot of tech. There wasn't really a whole lot that was, like, making it interesting for me. It was just kind of like, yeah, I'm just playing through the game fast, hold forward. I get to stim a whole bunch because the game has just a whole bunch of, like, make Klonoa make a noise buttons. Oh yeah, something else that easy mode did is that it made the bosses take less hits. It made a death abuse in Arc 2, which is like one of the only bits of tech in the game, like actually kind of annoying to do. Because you also got like 10 hit points, which is absurdly excessive. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of tiny optimizations and like a couple of specific levels that really had a whole bunch of time saved, while a whole bunch of others were functionally auto-scrollers because you couldn't really make Klonoa go any faster. And because I was playing the PC version of the game, getting assist mode to work properly was kind of an awkward endeavor. Which is probably the more interesting category because of the fact that the assist mode allows you to basically give Klonoa a huge jump for free at any time with a small cooldown, which allows you to sequence break in a couple of interesting ways. But like, people don't actively run the game all that much because like it's a long run and it's not, there's not really a whole lot of cool things you can do with it. Not particularly flashy. Just there. The original game has more going on. But like, it's also another example of a remaster that just didn't do enough. Those extra additions, the fact that assist mode works both in the original game and in the sequel. The easy difficulty, the hard difficulty, that's basically all that they added to the game. No extra content. None of the voice work was re-recorded. None of the voice work was re-recorded. None of the soundtrack was updated. Just kind of a nicer coat of paint for the visuals and the models. That's all we got. But the games were accessible, which was a big deal, especially for Klonoa 2, which had been orphaned on the PS2 forever. It never got released. And to cap it all off, I don't think that the Fantasy Reverie series actually even sold all that well. So, it was one less sputter, and I think the series is well and truly dead now. Unless Bamco becomes not cowards and, like, actually allows them to make another game that's, like, maybe just, like, on a budget. I'm not even asking for much. I just want more Klonoa. I like Klonoa. Poor thing. Also, like, most of the series just never got localized outside of Japan. Like, a whole bunch of the spin-off games, and, like, even some other entries that are, like, semi-significant, just never made it onto English shores. I'm glad a fan translation exists for Klonoa Heroes now, but I also wish that, you know, it was just widely available. Oh no. No, it did not. Klonoa Wii put the series into hibernation. It was not marketed. Most people did not know it existed. I only know it exists because I found it in a bargain bin at GameStop one time. I wasn't even looking for anything in particular that day. I just kind of went into GameStop just looking to see what they had, and I was like, wait, there's a Wii version of Klonoa 1? Huh? So I popped it in, saw what it was about, and I was just like, oh no. This is not a good remaster. The quality of it was fine, honestly, but I kind of felt like the charm of it was not quite there. For whatever reason, it had an English voice cast option that was the default. Where they gave Klonoa, like, this deep male, like, young adult noise. Voice, it's like, it did not fit at all. Listening to Klonoa characters speak English is extremely jarring. It is not comfortable. I don't know why they decided to do it. Why'd I do that? That was way too early a mushroom. Trying to burn myself out there. I missed Fast Glider. Hey, we got it. Sub 205. All right, well, yep, that's Sunshine Airport. I could improve that still some more. Some of those lines could still be cleaned up. I missed one Fast Glider. I could have, I think my coins were not optimal either. I think I could push that lower. Don't really feel like it though. Not right now. I feel like taking a break from time trials. Maybe close out the stream with just some regular ass online races. I don't have particularly high VR. I'm gonna stop tryharding as much. I mean, slightly. In the early DX days, you had a Yoshi Valley run that was 13th on console. Nice. Well, I got put into a really small lobby. Like, there isn't even AI in Worldwide, right? No, there's like nobody here. Alright, rare footage of trying to run Cheese Land then. I didn't get the double item. Is that Daisy trying to bag anyway? Or are they just not doing well? That was unfortunate timing for the shock. Ah! Alright, I'm throwing. I'm throwing. If that Yoshi has... Yeah, the Yoshi wins. Oh, I was in first when I picked up the item. Yeah, I choked that. You did it on Yoshi Bike? Nice. Making the card products the largest on stats over characters for every stat. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I just want to get rid of character stats entirely. Get rid of character stats entirely. It's stupid. I hate it. A lot of default me's in this crowd. Yeah, cart parts are like the only thing that I really want to be seeing influencing stats at this point. I'm very done with the idea of having stats be based on character too. I would be fine if the only thing that character should decide for me is weight. Or if you are going to keep character stats, don't make the most important stat in the game character specific. And invisible. Show us the mini turbo stat. Good God. Oh, they yoinked the item set from me. But I know they don't have reds. I'm going defenseless into this last turn. And we're fine. Woomy. Outlaw, I am in the gutters in terms of the lobby. Like, my VR is super low. I can run every course in the game. And high roll. Red of the Booster Course was largely Wii nostalgia, but yeah. There was quite a lot of Wii tracks that came back with that, yeah. Oh yeah, Reds are like... The reason why top level MK8 is like actually like super defensive is because of how powerful red shells are. If you're running, you need to have defense. Ideally, you have red shell defense and blue shell defense, but like I would rather have double red shell defense than if I have a breakaway. Because not for anything else, the shock can always happen. If we're going to have 24 racers, I'm perfectly okay if we lose double item boxes. Ah. Might be in the pack right now. Good. Ow! Random bananas. Blue's already happening. Bitch! You had no reason to do that. Oh, we dodged the shock. Unfortunately, I'm also fucking dying. Screen shell's sitting there. What the hell? Fuck off! Oh, inkling of the terrible, no good, rotten day. Jesus. And I missed the item set. Oh my lord. Welcome to Mario Kart. That just happens sometimes. Oh, of course, we get, like, no bagging tracks here, either. Luigi Stadium, I guess. There's just no tracks here that are available in the vote. Sherbet Land. I do not like Sherbet Land. I would be happy if it doesn't exist again in the next game. Did I say Outpost? Nope, never mind, I miscounted. Alright, well, I'm gonna be an 11th, not 12th. Hey, here's my hot take in regards to retro tracks. Why don't we just, God, that one was locked onto me. They have a green shell. Trailing. Don't mind now since I took my spill. Ah! Bob-omb jump scare. Oh, and now I'm here. All right. Not bad anymore. No! Don't you dare. They almost assuredly have defense right now. There's been no blue shell. Aw, thanks, asshole. No, Lake has never returned ever. I beg to differ. I am... Actually, no. I'm thinking about SRB2 cart. I legitimately would like to stop seeing retro tracks in the base game, actually, and instead use all that effort for, like, more new tracks. I'd be okay with even a compromise to this, like, just six cups of normal tracks and no retro tracks. I would be perfectly fine with that, and leave retro tracks to DLC updates. I don't want any of these. If I did want more retro tracks, yeah, Wario Coliseum is one that I would like to see, like, put into a proper Mario Kart game with a real physics engine. Double Dash, you are a fun game casually, but I will never be able to take you seriously with all your carts bouncing as if they're on the moon. Also, most of the retro tracks have been used. Several of them have shown up now in multiple games. Yeah, also, the tracks kind of need to be much wider to accommodate 24 racers. So even though we've had a whole bunch of redesigns for 8, I feel like you're going to need to redesign them again. Probably gonna get red shelled here. Ah! I knew I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, looper. I have enough of a breakaway that nothing's really threatening me here. Yeah, the tracks do have to be wide for these new tracks. This is a Splatoon stage that's like actually a raced course. That'd be great. I'm picking Merry Mountain, by the way, when it shows up, because it's like legitimately one of my strongest courses. Splatoon only got a battle stage. I mean, it makes sense, but battle mode's not really played. It could be anything, Outlaw. It doesn't need to be based off of an existing map in Splatoon. It just needs to be, like, Splatoon-ish. Clearly, like... You could incorporate design elements from, like, multiple stages, even. They're being relentless with these red shells. Jesus! And this is why I have this cart combo. I get a lot more invincibility than the normal try-hard combo. The entire pack was trying to red shell me. Boomerang. Jesus! This is the most I felt a target on my back in a minute. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, thank God, the red shell didn't target me. Oh, that counts as off-road. Shit, boom. Now we're both defenseless. No, I tried not to let them get a slipstream. Damn. God, feeling like Vash the Stampede dodging a hail of gunfire in that race. It's no secret that I'm good at front running. That's the skill you tend to develop very quickly with Mario Kart if you're, like, any good at the game. I'm okay with any of these courses because all of these are pretty good for running. Spiral Circuit a bit less so. There are a couple of shortcuts that would be a little problematic for me. Especially since I know how to take the Nisk, but, like, I haven't practiced it, so... Got Mary Mountain. Like, I'm still in lobbies where people just still don't know how to take, like, racing lines well. Jesus Christ, people are so aggressive in this lobby. Ooh, I would like you to... I would like you to piss off. Oh, that banana peel made things awkward. Missed the item boxes. Alright, I'm defenseless. Alright, I have enough of a breakaway. This shouldn't be much of a problem. For the item boxes. Hold on to this. Need to trail this right now. I missed the item boxes. I got shocked anyway. Can't see shit. Yeah, I can't really explain it. Merry Mountain's always just been one of my best courses, online racing. Oh, I'm not good at any of these. Well, if any out of the three, I'm best at Rosalina's Ice World. Rome I could probably do fine on, but I'm less familiar with that one by default because it's a newer course. The snowmobile-like cart that Rosalina was using, yeah. I do appreciate that people have been deeply analyzing that particular trailer, but also I don't care enough to. We'll get a better look at it soon enough. Start of April is not that far away. Just a month and a half. Whoa. Bad. Didn't mean to actually let go of that. In second right now, and I don't think I need that. That is off-road. I always forget that. Again, it's just like... Oh my god! Why did you super horn? Could just be beta build, I don't know. I hope the biker outfits are still gonna be there. The minds over at Nintendo are weird, to say the least. Specifics as to what they're doing, I don't know. I don't really care at this point. I just kind of hope that whatever it is, it's like fine. Like, okay. Waited for Wonder to start going for new era designs. It's probably going to be like a really small change. I fucked it up. Oh, that was weird. Oh, I didn't get that item. Not what I wanted. Oh, why were you trailing that? Fuck! Kept Mario Karted. Why were they trailing that red shawl? Why didn't they just let it rip? It was the end of the race. Oh, wipeout. Hey, Garden. And good luck with that. I'm probably gonna do this one last race and then I'm gonna call it. Like everyone's going for Daisy Circuit. This has been a fun time. We got the PB for Sunshine Airport. Daisy Circuit top 5 from Wii. It's cute. It's never been one of my favorites, but I see the appeal. Want to hold on to these mushrooms as long as possible. Being able to take this shortcut all the time is really good. Why do you randomly... I guess you were going for cycling the item. Okay, for sure this time. Ah, shock! Oh, if I let that rip sooner. And that blue shell's too late. I'll take the second place. Alright, GG's. I'm gonna call that a stream. Thanks all for coming out. I'm happy to have gotten that sub 205. I'm probably going to end up grinding out some other time trials sometime on my own, but, you know, this was a fun time. Mario Kart good. All right. Later, y'all.